The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, has frowned at some commercial banks that indulge in the unwholesome act of hoarding the new Naira note. The Apex Bank governor raised this concern while he appeared before the House Ad hoc Committee on CBN cashless policy at the National Assembly. The CBN governor called on security operatives to support CBN and monitor the circulation process of the legal tender. Emefiele insisted that the new policy on Naira swap is for the good of Nigeria as well as to strengthen the economic stability of the nation.
Unfortunately, and indeed, I addressed the bankers on Sunday and I expressed to them my disappointment and, in fact, disappointment of the president, disappointment of leaders in the country about the way this has gone on, because many of us have unfortunately seen the new Naira, instead of being used for the purpose it is meant, the new Naira is being used in parties, in celebrations. And some of them said, well, maybe it's money from the ATM. I said, no. Money from the ATMs are already broken. They are in leaflets. But what we saw being stamped on people at parties were packets of the new Naira notes, which means that they had breached certain aspects of the guidance notes we gave to them. And I told them, and indeed, when I met President Buhari, I told him that we, even the previous day, had met with the EFCC, ICPC, and the NFIU, and that we were now going to bring the EFCC, ICPC, NFIU to join us in monitoring the flow of this currency to our people.
Chairman of the ad hoc committee, Honorable Alhassan Dodugwa, who agreed with the policy of the Apex Bank, raised concern on the impact of the policy on the economic livelihood of Nigerians and the timing of the implementation, especially with the forthcoming election.
Our major concern, Mr. Governor, is about the lives and livelihood of the Nigerian people. Our major concern is about the critical situation of the Nigerian economy. The concern of the House of Representatives is about the protection and guidance of what we call the rule of law under a democratic system. This House, by all standards, has the constitutional right, and by the operating rules and guidelines of the House, we also have the official power, the constitutional power, to invite any agency of government to interface with their officials about policies of government, because government is about good government. Government is about good governance. Good governance is about the livelihood of the people, what we think ordinarily is going to be in the best interest of the Nigerian man. Nigerian man, I mean the common man of the street.
Responding, Emefiele said the CBN is aware of the challenges Nigerians are facing and appealed for calm as Apex Bank is working on making the new Naira swap easy and seamless as Nigerians move into the cashless policy.
This for the good of Nigerians. We are doing this so the Nigerian economy can be better than it is today. And I am saying that we are beginning to see some of the benefits. Like I said, inflation last month somewhat trended, at least it's not rising, it's not stagnating, it's somewhat moderating. And we're thinking and expecting that they will continue to moderate. Exchange rate will stay relatively stable. And what we're even hoping with this exercise, that Naira can even get stronger. With this exercise, we have seen that with this we're able to support the activities of our security agencies, and I'm happy, and I'm sure we all know, or some of us know, that the incidence of banditry and ransom taking are somewhat at least reduced at this time, just making the job of security agencies more effective.
Meanwhile, the CBN says the old Naira notes still remain a valid legal tender after the 10th of February deadline, and Nigerians can still deposit such in the banks. Annie T. Patrick, Core, CV News, Abuja.